when it comes to these professional awards, it really is a case of you don't join your professional organisation, pay the money and be given a certificate. It's very hard to get them. They go through peer review and then they're audited and also backed by the Science Council to quite strict regime. So that gives you a bit of the background. And so I'd like to call up first Valerie Gordon. For those that don't know Valerie, Valerie is the technical officer at the University of Edinburgh, and she is currently technical officer in the School of Education, and she supports primary and secondary school teacher education. And for those that know HEATED, which is one of the main training and development groups, she's also the HEATED coordinator for Scotland. So I'm going to ask Michelle now if she would like to present the certificate for registered scientist. Thank you. So our next candidate is Clint Gouvier, and Clint works for Agilent Technologies. Clint has been in the area of nuclear magnetic resonance and also the magnet test engineer. Clint is currently the MRI and OEM production and test manager, and at the moment is responsible for building and testing all MRI systems for both end user and OEM customers. Clint. Next to the podium is Jane Cooper. Jane graduated from Aberystwyth University and has carried out research in homegrown cereals authority and the Fluid Fertiliser Foundation. Having taken a short break for a career break to have children, which is research in itself, she's now back working as a nutrition technician at Harper Adams University. Jane is also Our next person to the podium is Richard Bottomley. It gives me great pleasure here as Richard's from my home university of the University of Sheffield. And Richard started out organic teaching and NMR analytical services. Since then, he's been involved in the design of the teaching labs in chemistry, and he's also now the teaching laboratories manager for that department. So, Richard. So I'm now going to invite Arthur to the stage, who is going to do some UBMA presentations because they've had an actual scheme for sponsoring technical staff to go for this award. So Arthur, over to you.
Good evening, everybody. I'd just like to say, in recognition of the registration scheme that was announced about 2 years ago now, Terry, I think, UBMA have decided to sponsor some of its, I can say younger technical staff to be registered in the scheme. We've sponsored some this year, we intend to roll the programme forward next year. So I'm happy to announce our two successful sponsors this year, both from the University of Leeds, Helena Norbuschik and Natalie Fox, and both did exceedingly well and IST recognised the value of their awards. They're not here this evening, but I just wanted to announce that they did very well for the association.
I present the Registered Scientist Award to Victoria Talbot. Victoria is the laboratory manager at Harper Adams University, responsible for management of the staff and facilities within the Princess Margaret Laboratories, Harper Adams Central Laboratory Support Team. The final Legacy Scientist Award, after again to present, is to Kellyanne Bear. She's currently a senior technician at the University of Nottingham, but is also playing a large part with the Institute and the Science Council in technical development and looking at the skill shortages and the various problems that we have with the economy and lack of skills. Currently at the moment, the BIS and the Technicians Council have by 2020 440,000 technical jobs to fill. Yes, 440,000. And some of these schemes we're hoping to find new blood, upskill, reskill, and Kelly has joined the team and has put a good deal of effort into this so far, and hopefully she'll carry on doing so. So if I can ask Arthur to present this to Kelly, thank you. Thank you, Arthur. So I recently spoke about Clint and his award of Registered Scientist, but also Clint, who's been a member of the Institute of Science and Technology, has given a lot to his technological area and working with colleagues, and for this, the IST this year has awarded him a fellowship at the IST. So if I can ask Clint to come forward again, please. Finally, before the wine gets warm, it gives me great pleasure now to talk about Matt Levy. For those people that don't know Matt, Matt's been involved in the higher education sector for many years, being at the University of Exeter, and is a consultant and highly regarded professional in training, development and learning. He also, with John Robinson, put together a scheme called HEATED, which is the Higher Education Training and Development Group, and persuaded FE to fund it, and this is now gone from strength to strength. It's currently funded by Gatsby, and working out of the National STEM Centre in York. But because of all of his experience, the 20 years at Exeter, and the amount of work that he's still doing for the higher education community, and in particular the work that he's doing with the IST in developing new ideas, new roles, and the way we can particularly give masterclasses in terms of career and pathway progression, it gives me the greatest of pleasure to award him a fellowship at the Institute of Science and Technology. Thank you for sharing that with us. We do like to celebrate the hard work that people do put in. So enjoy the rest of the evening, enjoy your coffee, don't drink too much, and we'll see you for keynote speakers first thing